Let me ask you something. If someone handed you $10,000 right now and told you to invest it, what would you do? Most people freeze. They start researching. They watch videos, read articles, compare stocks, ask friends, and then after weeks of preparation, they do nothing. Because the more they learn, the more complicated it seems. But here's what's interesting. Some of the most successful investors in history weren't the smartest people in the room. They were the ones who understood one thing deeply, one lesson, one principle that most people spend their entire investing lives trying to learn the hard way. My name is Jack, and I spend way too much time thinking about what separates investors who build real wealth from investors who stay stuck. Most people think investing is about picking the right thing, the right stock, the right crypto, the right moment to buy. They imagine successful investors as people who somehow see the future clearer than everyone else. And because of that belief, most people spend their investing lives chasing information, looking for the edge, waiting for the perfect setup. But here's what most people don't realize. That entire picture is wrong, and it's costing people a fortune. Because the most powerful lesson every investor needs isn't about what to buy, it's about how long you hold. Imagine two investors. Both start with $10,000. Both invest in the exact same S&P 500 index fund. Investor A is active. He watches the market closely. When things look good, he buys more. When things look scary, he moves to cash. Investor B is boring. She sets up her investment, adds money consistently every month, and almost never touches it. Active investors, on average, underperform the very funds they're trying to beat. Every time they react to the market, they introduce timing errors. They sell low when things feel scary. They buy high when things feel exciting. Investor B, the boring one, almost always wins over time. Time in the market beats timing the market. Every time. Your brain is not built for investing. The human brain evolved to respond to threats immediately. When something feels dangerous, your instinct is to act. And when the stock market drops 20%, your brain doesn't see numbers on a screen. It sees a threat. This is why panic selling is so common. It's not stupidity. It's biology. Every major market crash in history looked terrifying while it was happening. 2001, 2008, 2020. During each of those moments, there were smart, rational people who said, this time is different. This time, the market won't recover. And every single time, they were wrong. The S&P 500 has recovered from every single crash in its history. Every one. A study by Fidelity found that their best performing investor accounts were ones that were either forgotten or belonged to people who had passed away. Not because those investors were brilliant, because they did absolutely nothing. They didn't react. They didn't time anything. They just held. Think about that for a second. The best investing strategy in many cases was literally doing nothing. Most people focus on return, but the most powerful force in investing isn't return. It's compounding. Let's say you invest $10,000 and earn 10% per year. After 1 year, $11,000. After 10 years, roughly $26,000. After 30 years, over $174,000. That's the same $10,000. The same 10% return. But the difference between year 1 and year 30 isn't 30 times bigger. It's 17 times bigger. Every time you pull your money out of the market during a panic, you don't just miss the down days, you miss the recovery days. JP Morgan did a study showing that if you missed just the 10 best trading days over a 20-year period, your returns were cut nearly in half. This is why staying in matters more than almost any other investing decision you'll ever make. The most powerful lesson isn't complicated. The investor who wins isn't the one who knows the most. It's the one who stays the longest. But knowing this and doing this are two very different things. Because when markets drop and fear takes over, holding feels irresponsible. So here's how you actually apply this lesson. 3 practical rules. Rule 1. Invest in things you can hold through anything. If you're invested in individual stocks you don't understand, you will panic when they drop 40%. But if you're invested in a broad market index fund, history gives you a reason to stay calm. Rule 2. Never invest money you might need soon. Your investment account should only hold money you won't need for at least 5 years. This removes the forced selling problem completely. Rule 3. Make your investing automatic and then make it boring. Set up automatic contributions every month into an index fund without checking, without adjusting, without reacting. The goal is to make investing as boring as paying a utility bill. Let me tell you about someone I'll call Daniel. Daniel spent his first 3 years of investing constantly moving his money around. When tech stocks were hot, he piled in. When they crashed, he moved to gold. And crypto was surging, he shifted there. 3 years later, he'd done a lot of work and had almost nothing anything to show for it. Meanwhile, a co-worker who had set up a basic index fund contribution in the same period and never touched it had quietly built a solid portfolio. Daniel told me the hardest part wasn't learning what to invest in. It was learning to stop reacting, to trust the process, to let time do the work instead of trying to do it himself. That shift from reacting to holding, from timing to trusting, that's the most powerful lesson every investor needs. Because here's the truth. Markets will always be uncertain. There will always be a crisis that feels like this time is different. But wealth is not built by people who wait for certainty. It's built by people who stay invested through uncertainty. Invest in things you understand and can hold through anything. Never invest money you need in the short term. Make it automatic. Make it boring. And then let time do what time does better than any strategy, any analyst, or any prediction ever could. Because the most powerful thing you can do as an investor isn't to find the best stock. It's to stay in the game long enough for compounding to change your life. If this video helped you think about investing differently, hit subscribe. And I want to know something. What's the hardest part of investing for you right now? Is it getting started, or is it staying patient once you're in? Let me know in the comments.